am. Everyone should understand. Circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. Everyone should know. It sounds strange, might sound foolish, but things are getting better. Every day another fall victim to the beretta. Why is there so much violence killing me one another? Let us learn to love and let that light shine brighter. Bad influence, you influence the youth and get slaughtered. As bad man used to be, them respect the father. It's like no eyes don't realize the times get harder. Me talk all night with all my mind and still is laughter. Circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. And everyone should know. Him say, when I try to cope, tell myself there is hope. It seems like the biggest joke. And as I put down the gun, still the lads must run. I know employment can't come. And me a jam and a cool, one go back in a school. The system lick me. There's no hope for those who have not from the slum. Take the little much we have still until we're done. I'm begging to show some love. When we get back, he replied, circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. And everyone should know. Well, I know little cry, mama cry, papa cry too. She want the boy with her heart and that couldn't do. You know them find him dead with a Smith and Wesson. 6 weeks and change now, me a remiss. Why so much violence? Too much violence. It hurts my soul and I won't keep silent. Circumstances made me what I am. That was his reply, I cry. Circumstances made me what I am. Everyone should know. May sound strange, might look foolish, but things ain't getting better. Every day another fall victim to the beretta. Why is there so much violence killing me one another? Let us learn to love and let that light shine brighter. Bad influence, you influence the youth and get slaughtered. As bad man used to be, them respect the father. It's like no eyes don't realize the times get harder. I talk all night with all my might and still is laughter. Circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. And everyone should know now. And when I try to cope, tell myself there is hope. It seems like the biggest joke. And as I put down the gun, collateral must run. And now employment can't come. And me I think about cool, one go back in a school. The system lick me. There's no hope for those who have not from the slum. Take the little much we have, still until we done. Only we show some love, only we get back some now. Circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances made me what I am. Every man should know. Oh, circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man?
Yes, family, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. You are tuned into the proven truth with your brother and host Anthony Brown. You are listening to the proven truth with your brother and host Anthony Brown. It's a beautiful Thursday evening here in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana. The temperature outside is in the low 60s. It's a beautiful day. To participate in the program, you can dial 504-303-8922 to join the conversation. You know, there's so much things for us to talk about. If you so incline, you can participate. It doesn't matter. You know, you can tell your truth. The truth that you speak of can be yours. You know, this is said to be a free country. And if you so choose to, again, you can dial 504-303-8922. You can also listen to us by dialing 712-432-7883. You can, for those, you can download the app TuneIn. Or for those of you who have the app, you can listen to us at Radio Gumbo Creole. That's RadioGumbokreol. We also live stream this show. We live stream on Facebook. And for those of you who want to join us on Facebook, it is Brown. It is Anthony Brown. That's ANTHONY BROWN for Assessor, ASSESSOR 2017. And you can check us out live on Facebook. This show is also archived on the YouTube. Once you go to the Facebook page, you can click that link, and that link will basically direct you to the YouTube channel, where you can click and, you know, see previous show. Now, as you all know, and for those who don't know, we basically just start this televisation just a couple weeks ago, because the need is there, or is here for us. You know, we won't sit by the wayside and wait for mainstream media to cover our issues. Those were the days. We basically, to tell our story, not just to tell our story, but to tell the true story, or the proven story as we know it, or as we define it, is that which is constant with facts and reality, the immutable truth. That's what we are all about here. Facts and reality. So we founded, or we recognized that there was a need for us to have a platform by which we can speak that truth. So we established this radio station. We established this show, The Proven Truth, hosted by your brother. And we hope over time the viewers, or the viewing audience, or the listening audience will rack up in numbers. Now, that's not to say at this present time we are not being listened or heard or watched by many. I want to give a shout out to my Caribbean family, to all of you who's listening to us in the Caribbean, listening to us in the beautiful island of Jamaica. Much love to all my Asian brothers and sisters listening to us in the beautiful revolutionary island of Haiti. Much love to all of you who's listening to us on the continent of North America, both on the West Coast and the East Coast. New Jersey, Connecticut, New York, much love. On the West Coast, California and New Mexico, much love. This is how we choose to start the program today. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, secure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessing and liberty to ourselves and our prosperity, do ordain and establish this Constitution of the United States Constitution. All government of right originate with the people, is formed and their will alone, and is situated to protect the rights of the individual and for the good of the whole. Its only limit ends are to secure justice for all, prosperity, peace, protect the rights, and promote the happiness and general welfare of the people. The Louisiana Constitution. Now, we choose to open the program by reading these two documents, because we think it's necessary to remind the powers that be of the origin and purpose of government. We also think it's important and necessary to remind ourselves, because a great or a vast number of us tend to rely on that group of people that we call government for certain things which we supposed to be providing for ourselves. And when the government don't provide certain things, we turn around and curse the government. Now, on this show, what we're not going to do, we won't, not now or not ever, will we ever talk down or talk against the people who are rightfully the bosses. Now, we understand and recognize that a few of the bosses don't recognize the fact that they are bosses and that they employ these people who fall underneath that portfolio of government. We understand that. And we are not here to degrade nor to call you out. Well, we are not here to degrade you, but what we are here to do is to shine some light on the issue and try to make you recognize, your true portfolio or your true standing in society as both individually and collectively, given these group of people who we call elected official governments that authority and that portfolio to do whatever it is that they chooses to do in any given day. Our issue here was, and will continue to be these people that hold these positions, elected officials who call themselves government, who with willful and malicious intent commit malfeasance in office. One, just because they can, and two, because the bosses are not doing what they're supposed to do by checking the employees. And that's all they are, employees. From the President of the United States to the Governor of Louisiana to the Mayor of New Orleans and all their cabinet members, they're all employees. They are collecting a paycheck from the people of these United States for a job that they took an oath to the Constitution and to the people of the US to uphold or to do. So these are the people who we actually need to bring out in the limelight, and that we will. Look, we have a lot of issues to discuss. When New Orleans, and even in the national media right now, there's just so much issue out there that we need to be fully aware of, and we need to be participating in. And again, the sad thing about it, a lot of us really ain't doing what we're supposed to do as it relates to check and balance, and because of that, they are running away and getting away with bloody murder. Did you know that the city of New Orleans is celebrating its 300th birthday? And they are going through a period of a month-long celebration. Did you know that here in New Orleans, we have people looking to fill the seat on the Louisiana 4th Circuit Court of Appeal? Election scheduled for March sometime. Did you know that today is National Freedom Day? National Freedom Day. National Freedom Day is an observance in the United States that honor the signing of the resolution that proposed the 13th Amendment of the nation's Constitution, February 1st, 1865, signed by Abraham Lincoln, who was the president at the time. This resolution was to outlaw slavery. Yeah, right. But let's keep it formal. That's what they said it was to do. How much of you ever actually read the 13th Amendment? Now, from a Facebook audience, this document right here, we show it already, we're going to continue to show it. This is a pocketbook version of the Constitution of the United States. However, this pocketbook actually comprises two very important documents to the creation of these United States. The first document that you can find in this book is the Declaration of Independence, followed by the Constitution of the United States. Now, again, I would advise and encourage and urge everyone that's hearing my voice and everyone that who will be hearing this my voice and see this show to look, take a copy, put it up online. You know, we are in modern technology time right now, where information is readily available at your fingertip. Take 10-15 minutes out of your day and go and read those documents. First, read the Declaration of Independence. You will recognize that the same issue that faces those colonialists or those people back in that time in the 1700s are some of the same issue that faces us right now. If you also read, and because those issues faces them at that time, they took a stand. And that's how we got the war, the Revolutionary War, the 1700s. Thereafter, we have the document was drafted and written. Now, you know, as a side note, when the Constitution was drafted, there's a next document that I don't have a pocketbook version of right here. But it is so important and so imperative for you, the listening audience, to find a copy of the document titled The Federalist Papers and read that document. Take a look at that document. You don't have to read the whole thing. What the Federalist Papers is or was or is a composite of essays written by Hamilton, Jay, and one of the next founding fathers of the Constitution. And you will see in the Federalist paper their direct thinking process and intent of the law when they drafted the Constitution. I don't want to stray into a whole total different topic or what I have slated to talk about today. However, I would suggest recommend not only reading the Declaration of Independence nor the Constitution of the United States, but also the Federalist paper. Because with the Federalist paper, you can say to anybody when they talk about any issue as it is outlined in the Constitution, no, your concept or ideology is wrong. And when they try to look at you like you're a dummy, or you're a fool, or you don't have a clue to what's going on, you can then say to them, look, I read the Federalist paper, and the Federalist paper was written by the authors of the Constitution, men who fought and died for this country in its exception, and this was what they say verbatim. Verbatim. That's what the Federalist paper is. The Federalist paper is a document that was drafted by Hamilton, by Jay, and sent out to the 13 colonies. Sent out to people so they can have an idea, a fundamental idea or concept of what is being written into the Constitution so it can be rectified. You will be surprised to see or to know what the drafters or the authors of the Constitution had in mind when it comes on to certain issue. My favorite topic is the tax issue. You'll be like, wow. What they are telling you about taxes today, or want you to believe about taxes today, is nothing more than crap. Is nothing more than they are trying to get inside your pocket, pimp you out. That's what they're doing, pimping you out. They are trying to have you go out there and toil, work all day long, put in 8 hours, for some 12 hours. Get this, what we call money, and then give them 1/3, if not half of it. They are pimping you out. If you should go back to the Federalist paper, let me see if my memory can serve me right. I think 32, 34, 36. Don't quote me on that. Check it out for yourself. You will see how these gentlemen or these men break down their concept. And when they speak about certain issue, where the mindset was. Look, go do some research, go do some reading, then maybe on another day, another program, we can have a conversation about that. Let's read the 13th Amendment real quick. The 13th Amendment states, neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for a crime, whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subject to their jurisdiction. What?
The philosophy which old one race superior and another inferior is finally and permanently discredited and abandoned. Everywhere is war. It's a war that until death But it's a war, and until that day, the dream of lasting peace, world citizenship, rule of international morality will remain but a fleeting illusion to be pursued, but never attained. Now everywhere is war, war, and until the ignoble and unhappy regime that hold our brothers in Angola, in Mozambique, South Africa, subhuman bondage have been toppled, utterly destroyed. Well, everywhere is war. Yes, a war. War in the east, war in the west, war up north, war down south, war, war, rumors of a war, and until that day, the African continent will not know peace. We Africans will fight, we find it necessary, and we know we shall win, as we are confident in the victory of good over evil, good over evil, yeah, good over evil.
You are listening to The Proven Truth. You are listening to The Proven Truth with your brother and host, Anthony Brown.
Do you know what it means to have a revolution? And what it takes to make a solution? Fighting against oppression, yeah.
Yes, brothers and sisters, welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Again, to participate in the program, you can dial us at 504-303-8922. To listen to the program, you can dial 712-432-7883. You can check us out on the web at www.radiogombocreole.com. You can listen to us via the TuneIn app at Radio Gumbo Creole. You can check us out on Facebook at Anthony Brown for Assessor 2017. You can tell your friends and neighbors, look, check out that cat. Join the conversation. Right before we went, okay, we are coming to you live from the studio of Radio Gumbo Creole, here in the territory of New Orleans, Louisiana. Yes, for those of you who don't know and ask, we have a strong Asian community here in New Orleans, Louisiana, and we also have a strong viewing and listening audience, and we also have our own radio station, and this is where we are actually broadcasting to you from. This is The Proven Truth, hosted by your brother and host Anthony Brown. Now back to normal scheduling program. Let's read this for you one more time. Again, for those of you who don't know, today is what we call National Freedom Day. National Freedom Day is observed on Friday the 1st, or celebrated on February the 1st, Celebrate freedom from slavery. It is recognized that America is a symbol of liberty. It honors the signing by President Abraham Lincoln the resolution that was passed by the House, the Joint House, the Senate and the House, later became the 13th Amendment. So what are they saying? That they are saying that we are free because of the 13th Amendment. Oh, really? Let's read the 13th Amendment. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as a punishment for crime, whereof the party shall have been duly convicted, shall exist within the United States or any place subjected to their jurisdiction. That was a mouthful. But what does it mean? Does it mean that we are free? Why was the 13th Amendment so necessary or was written? What did the 13th Amendment actually do for that population, for black people who was and still is today under slavery? Now, that's not to say, as it is today in the 21st century, year 2018, it's only black people that's under slavery. No. And it was Harriet Tubman who said that if black people at the time knew that they were slaves, she could have freed a lot more. I'm saying today, if people, period, know that they are still under bondage or slavery, a lot of them would reevaluate the way they go about doing things and saying things. Family, the 13th Amendment to the United States did not free no one. A matter of fact, what the 13th Amendment did was to transform or to turn over one property or property changes hand from one entity to another. What happened after the 13th Amendment was passed? White supremacy, government, one and the same at that time, and in my opinion still is today, saw a revenue or an avenue from which they can generate more revenue. They saw a way to turn profit from the labor or the power of black people, black men, utilizing that loophole. They call it a loophole, I refer to it as a loophole, the 13th Amendment. Understand the concept. The mindset or the illusion that the 13th Amendment liberate nobody is a farce. What the 13th Amendment did, what the power structure recognized, it recognized the fact that, okay, we can no longer arbitrarily just enslave or capture the black race and put them to work just like that, beat them, whip them, starve them, rape them, just like that, reap the benefit from their sweat tile, just like that. No, because we have a barrier being the 13th Amendment. Where is the loophole in the 13th Amendment? What does the 13th Amendment says? Let's look at it. What does the 13th Amendment says to black people? At the time, specifically black people. But I'm saying to you now, today, in today's society, it's not just black people are enslaved. It's not. The same requirement or the same basket that's hanging over my head or over black people's head is hanging over any other ethnic race out there. And until you can recognize that, you are living in a bubble, or what I would like to call the matrix. Neither slavery nor involuntary servitude, except as punishment for a crime. For what? You didn't hear. I said, let me say it again. Except for punishment for a crime. Why do you think here in New Orleans, man, it's so much. Why do you think here in New Orleans, in Louisiana, in America, Why do you think that we incarcerate so many people in this country, in this nation? Why? Because people in America are just inherently bad? Or people in America are just inherently lawless? Do you really think that? I don't. And I pray the person who could show me different. The people of America ain't inherently bad or ain't inherently lawless. No. The people of America are a means to an end. The 13th Amendment did that. Now, if Mr. Abraham Lincoln or any other president wanted to truly free or liberate black people, let's not get misconstrued here, you know. When this document was written, it wasn't written for no other race, because at that time no other race was enslaved. Yeah, they run the Indians off of the land and stole the land from the Indian. But what the Indians did, the Indians fight like hell to keep their land, their heritage, and everything that they had. They fought. The Indians was referred to as slave, or wasn't treated like slave. It was black people from Africa, African descent, who was actually slave and who was the power horse, the power house behind the economic here in America. It was black people who was making this country what it was when it come on to its revenue and finances. So here we have Abraham Lincoln saying, look, you cannot, or we won't recognize slavery no more. Involuntary servitude. So you cannot, involuntary servitude, that means you cannot take these people right here, put them to work, and don't pay them. It's not right. If you want to do that, this is how you do it. What they said? They say you cannot just take these people no more and work them and don't pay them. But look, we recognize, now understand the concept, family. We're talking about Abraham Lincoln, who was the 16th president to these United States, okay? Between 1861 and 1865, before he was assassinated, signed this document, right? But it was the House and the Senate that both passed this resolution. We're talking about colonialist white men at the time, because that's what they were, you know. These men, these lawyers, they came from all over Europe. England, Spain, France, all over Europe they came from, and came here and pick up residency. They said, look, we recognize that we still need to generate revenue. and we need to make certain faction happy. We need to make sure that them guys in the south keep producing all that cotton, all that wealth. So we up here in the north can build our factories and our banks. But them guys in the south, we're going to make them guys look like them guys are the bad guys. Because they're the ones with the vast majority of slave labor down there in the south. These slave labor, or these slave owners in the south, had at the time representative in Congress. And it was to the point now, it's several, look, at the time, it was several different elements here at play. This is one thing I needed to understand and bear in mind. Nothing in America has been given up for nothing. This resolution wasn't just about freeing black people. You have to ask yourself why it even came about. You think that these men had overnight just gained conscience or have a moral fortitude? No. We was at the brink of a internal war, what do you call it? Civil war. And to get black people to come on board and fight this civil war, we have to make it look like we care about your well-being, or we care about what you're doing, or your livelihood, or the fact that you're a slave. So there was more than one different component to this amendment. But again, understand the concept. Even though on one hand it seems like they was giving up something, and the vast majority of people thought that that was the case. You see, black people at the time really think that the 13th Amendment had freedom, or Abraham Lincoln was God sent. They really did. And I don't know. Maybe if I was in that time period and that frame of mind, I would be free. I would think so too. Based on the exploitation, the whipping, the degradation, the raping that I've been seeing since childhood. Maybe I would be jumping for joy too and say, oh man, here we are, free people. So no more will we have to live or endure these type of treatment. Maybe I would think like that too. But it didn't take very long for black people to recognize that all it was a change of the hands. Because you have state or territory like Louisiana, Georgia, Mississippi, who recognize that, so you mean all we have to do is to charge these niggas and lock them up? That's what slave labor right there again. And then they could refer back to the 13th Amendment and say, look, these guys commit a crime. You wouldn't believe after the 13th Amendment, some of the things that was labeled crime after the 13th Amendment was passed. Oh my God. You wouldn't believe. If you wasn't working, if you was loitering, if you saw out there with your friends, well, loitering, it's a crime. If you was look like, if you stand up on the street corner and it wasn't going nowhere, it's a crime. Let me tell you, man, just being black, it was a crime. That's what the crime was, just being black. So that's what the 13th Amendment do, my brothers and sisters. It didn't free nobody. Because at that time, the governmental structure of these what you call states now implemented the system by which they incarcerate people just so that they can generate revenue. It was to the point where you could actually see the business aspect of it. Look, slavery was a business. Understand it? Slavery was and still is a business. It's a business right here today. What do you think goddamn traffic court is? Huh? Why do you think you going down here paying these traffic? What do you think traffic ticket is? It's a business. They're taking from you what they have no goddamn right to take from you. That's why it is. It's a business. What do you think taxation is? It's a business. And one side is a business, to them it's a business, and the other side to us is theft. It's theft. Again, what did I say in my opening monologue? What did I say? Go and get yourself a copy of the Federalist paper. Take a read. You don't want to find a Federalist paper? Okay. Go and find a copy of the Declaration of Independence. This book right here, for those who is on Facebook. Look at this book right here. I got the pocket version. And this was what they said to King George back in the day. This was the allegations that was levied against King George by the colonies here in North America. Why they wanted to be an independent or a democratic, according to them, nation. One of the complaints was, a matter of fact, look, when I tell people that they think I'm crazy, man. The very first complaint, no, well, it's not the very first complaint, it's the first one that I highlighted. But it says right in the Declaration, for imposing taxes on us without our consent. You want me to read it again? For imposing taxes on us without our consent. For depriving us, in many cases, of the benefits of trial by jury. Oh my God. Oh, come on. Taxes without our consent. So, the founding fathers are the men who create this constitution and started the Revolutionary War. One of their complaints was that, look, we pay taxes. Yeah. We don't want to pay no more taxes, King George. And moreover, King George, these taxes that we pay to you and to your crown is not benefiting us. So why should we keep on paying you taxes, King George? And for that reason, we had the Revolutionary War. Now today, when we talk about taxes, we are labeled all type of names, or called all type of names. And tax extortionists, and you're crazy, and the government have to have taxes, and you know. But that's what it is. That's what the 13th Amendment did. The 13th Amendment, my brothers and sisters, didn't free the blacks. A matter of fact, you can look at it this way. The 13th Amendment make a revenue stream for the elite few and for the government, and increase the amount of people that would fall underneath that portfolio. You must recognize capitalism in this transaction right here. You must recognize that element of capitalism in this transaction right here. And that's why when we talk today, we talk to you from a point of truth. That which is constant with facts and reality. The 13th Amendment only broadens that tax base or that revenue stream. Not directly during that time period. During that time period, well, you know, I shouldn't even said, well, at that time period, it was basically focused on black people. Even though you had poor white people who was feeling the pinch during the 17 and 1800s, was feeling the pinch, but that pressure or that application wasn't applied to them then as it is now. It was basically applied to blacks during those times. Today, the 13th Amendment applies to all of us. Black, white, Hispanic, brown, Caucasian, whatever you want to call yourself or describe yourself. It applies. You must recognize within the 13th Amendment the capitalistic element within that. And all that is revenue generation. Revenue. What you call money. That's all that is. That's all that is, my brothers and sisters. That's all that is.
Until the philosophy which hold one race superior and another inferior is finally and permanently discredited and abandoned. Everywhere is war. It's a war that until they're no longer first class and second class citizens of any nation, until the color of a man's skin is of no more significance than the color of his eyes. It's a war that until the basic human rights are equally guaranteed to all without regard to race. But it's a war that until that day, the dream of lasting peace, world citizenship, rule of international morality will remain but a fleeting illusion to be pursued, but never attained. Now everywhere is war, war, and until the ignoble and unhappy regime that hold our brothers in Angola, in Mozambique, South Africa, subhuman bondage, have been toppled, totally destroyed. Well, everywhere is war. There's a war. War in the east, war in the west, war up north, war down south, war, rumors of a war, and until that day, the African continent will not know peace. We Africans will fight, we find it necessary, and we know we shall win, as we are confident in the victory of good over evil. Good over evil, yeah. Good over evil. Do you know what it means to have a revolution? And what it takes to make it?
Yes, my brothers and sisters, welcome back, welcome back. You are listening to The Proven Truth. You are listening to The Proven Truth with your host and brother Anthony Brown. You are listening to The Proven Truth with your host and brother Anthony Brown. You can join the conversation by dialing 504-303-8255. 8922. You can join the conversation by dialing 504-303-8922. You can also listen to us by dialing 712-432-7883. You can listen to us by downloading the app, tune in, and listen to us at Radio Gumbo Creole. We also live stream this program. This program is live streamed. You can check us out on Facebook, Anthony Brown for Assessor 2017. This program is also archived at the YouTube. You click onto our Facebook page, and there is a link to the programs, the previous programs. Yes, as we was before the break, the 13th Amendment did not free no one. It enslaved everyone. The capitalistic aspect of the 13th Amendment can be seen in its fruition every single day. Every single day. So let us rethink or reset the mind as it relates to the 13th Amendment. Freedom Day for who? National Freedom Day for who? When was that ever ratified? The first hour of the program has, swiftly passed by. Did you know there is an election coming up here in New Orleans real soon, sometime in March? We have on the Louisiana 4th Circuit Court of Appeal, we have candidates vowing to fill that seat. We also have candidate that's vowing to fill the seat on the Civil District Court. Now, this is one of the issues that we face here in New Orleans or in Louisiana. We have candidates on the ballot, or people on the ballots, running for office, who, in the case of the 4th Circuit Court of Appeal, we have two candidates. We have Dale Atkins. For those who don't know, Dale Atkins is the Orleans Civil Clerk of Court. She has been doing that job for some time now, with the clerk of the court. Now, she's an attorney, and she does possess what we call a law degree. And before becoming the clerk of court, she did some legal work, right? She did try cases. We also have a judge that's actually sitting on the bench in criminal district court, Robin Putman, who also qualified for that, to fill that seat on the 4th Circuit Court of Appeal. We are not endorsing nobody, but you have to look. Here we have a case where Dale Atkins is looking to run for a seat on the appellate court without even serving one single day in the lower court on the bench. How is that feasible or possible? Or is that right? And for those of you who's going to call or text me or email me and said, look, presently we got Lombard that's on the bench who basically ends up there before even sitting on a lower court bench. What's the difference? I'm going to say yes, I'm fully aware of that. But how did that happen? You are trying to reach to number 5 before you even start at 1. And that's the problem. You're going to sit on the appellate court, or you are vying for the appellate court, right? Without no experience as a trial judge. That's what she's doing. She wants to eat the fruit before she plant the tree. How is that possible? Now, we are having problem here on the Fourth Circuit with judges on the Fourth Circuit, as it is, because of their political ties and political connections. We are having problem here with judges on the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeal right now. The Louisiana Fourth Circuit Court of Appeal right now. And now we are having somebody who is vying or who is running, applying for the position to sit on the bench. So that what you're going to find happen when you go in a lower court and you present a case and the lower court rule either in your favor or against you. It depends. It depends on what happened in the lower court. It doesn't matter whether it was a jury trial or not. But once there's a verdict rendered in the lower court that one of the two parties wasn't ain't in favor with, now what's going to happen? They're going to send that case to the next level, which if you live within certain parishes, it's going to fall to the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeal. Now here we have somebody who is vying for that seat. Should she win that seat, where is the knowledge or the experience, the trial experience that she's going to bring to that bench or to that office or to that branch of government? Where it is. Look, it's very simple. The concept is very simple. For those of you who don't understand what I'm saying, you need to climb a wall, right? So what you do, you get yourself a ladder, right? You put that ladder up against the wall. And you put your foot on the first step, right? Then you keep on going up and up and up and up. That's how it works. For those of you out there who are trained people, skilled, people with trade. For those for all those truck drivers out there, for all of you truck drivers out there, did you just get up one day and jump behind the wheel of that tractor trailer? No, you didn't. There are certain steps and procedures that you have to go through or follow. put in your application, go to driving school, truck driving school, take some time learning the road, go and do your test, pass your test. For those of you who want to climb that wall, get on the next side of that wall, you put the ladder up against the wall and you climb step by step by step. For those of you out there in the private sector, you leave law school and you join this law firm. You know, you take on a couple cases under your belt. Few years passes by. You know, you win some, you lose some. But at the end of the day, you generate enough revenue, or you maybe land a couple big cases, high profile cases. And then, you know, you get senior position to the point where the partners of the company, the law firm, start to look at you and they say, look, let's make this person a partner based on their performance. So what am I saying here? You came out of your mother's womb. You didn't miraculously become an adult. No. You went through that baby stage where you say mama, dada, and you crawl, you make a mess. Right? Then you went to that teenager stage and you go into adulthood. There is a systematic process that you have to follow or go through. For those of you in the military, you just got up one day and say, look, I want to become a Marine or a soldier or an airman. And just miracle, it just happened like that. No. You went through that process. You put in your application. You do your test. You went to boot camp. If you can sustain boot camp, right? If you can sustain boot camp, then you know, you get to wear the uniform, right? So it's a process. Now, the same way the process applies out in the private sector and to the general public, that same process applies to members of the judiciary. And if it not, it should. Listen to me carefully. If it does not, it should. Let's back up a bit. Can you recall or can you remember a few weeks ago, President Donald Trump nominated somebody to the bench? And it was the senator here from Louisiana who questioned that nominee. And he was so shocked to his core that this nominee, or that this person that Donald Trump elected, could not answer a legal question, or a matter of fact, he went further to say, look, I did not have the experience. What experience does Dale Atkins have? To apply for a seat on the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeal. What? Where's the experience? Where's the trial experience? How are you going to supervise somebody? How are you going to supervise? How are you going to make judgment or a ruling on what happened in the lower court if you not for a minute ever set foot in the lower court or went through that process or have some type of knowledge? No, look, the issue here is not the fact that she's applying for the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeal. Are looking to become a member of that body. You know, everybody have a certain amount of aspiration and ambition to do or to become some, you know what I mean, something. But when we're talking about a position, as being when you are going to be in a position where you're going to have to render opinions or judgment on people's livelihood and cases. This is not a grandstanding thing. You cannot just grandstand in the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeal. Now look, we fully understand what's going on in the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeal right now. We recognize the fact it's not about the rule of law or law and order. We understand that concept. We understand that concept. But at the same time, that is what we, the people, need to change and talk about. Where is the humanity that she's going to bring? Or where is the trial room experience that she's going to bring to the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeal? Where? If somebody comes to the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeal and she's on the bench, let's say you have attorneys on both sides representing clients on the Fourth Circuit, and she is one of the judges that's on the bench. Don't care how much they try to explain the circumstances in the trial process, she will never have a clue what they're talking about. She would be as lost is. She couldn't put herself, she couldn't empathize, she couldn't put herself, or she, based on her, she couldn't put herself in their shoes or position or understand based on any personal experience. That is the issue. There is no personal experience that she's going to bring with her to the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeal. None. I'm not saying, understand me carefully, I'm not saying that Miss Atkins, again, she does possess a law degree. And for some time before becoming clerk of Civil District Court, she was an attorney and practicing law. Okay? She's actually been a clerk of court for 30 years, or nearly 30 years now. So, what am I to understand? Am I to understand the fact that she's a clerk of court, give her that knowledge or experience to run for and maybe being elected to the appellate court? No, no, I ain't buying that. I'm not buying that. And you cannot use the fact. You cannot tell me that there was precedence. You cannot tell me that there was precedence. I'm not going to believe that precedence neither. I'm not going to believe that precedence neither. Because that's the problem that we are having on the Louisiana Fourth Circuit Court of Appeal right now. That's the problem. We have people that's sitting on the bench who really don't care about the rule of law or procedures. They are just there collecting a pension or getting the public's money. That's it. We have Lombard on the bench right now, yes. Judge Lombard. Who was he before he was on the Fourth Circuit Court? Somebody with influence, that's it. Somebody who knows somebody. That's all it was. Somebody who knows somebody. That's all it was. And just look at his track record right now. Just look at his track record. And you see what I'm talking about. So, with that experience and that knowledge, or that awareness that we have about Lombard, somebody who, before he was elected to the Fourth Circuit, shows no or had no experience. Why should we now go and elect Miss Dale Atkins? Miss Dale Atkins to the bench? Why? It's a situation in which if we don't put voice to certain issues, we're going to have a problem, my friends. We must put voice to certain issues. If Dale Atkins is vying for the seat on the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeal, and Dale Atkins have no trial experience as a trial judge, how good of a judge will Dale Atkins be on the appellate court? She won't be. Because what she will do at that point is to basically follow procedures of the other members that's on the bench, fall in line with their philosophy and principle. Then I guarantee you she's going to be licking head with the likes like Lombard, saying that, okay, well, look, yes, he's going to be saying to her, look, well, you know, I came on the bench the same way you did, without no previous trial experience, and look at me now. And therein lies the problem, because we have Lombard on the Fourth Circuit as experience. We have Lombard. I ain't gonna tell you guys, well, not today anyway. But there is no reason why we should elect somebody like a Dale Atkins with the political connection that we know she have with members of the Fourth Circuit Court to the Fourth Circuit to render ruling when she have no trial experience. None. And I want you to listen to me carefully. Not because we are speaking about Dale Atkins as it relates to our potential candidacy or our run for the Fourth Circuit means in any way, shape, or form that we endorse any other candidate. No. That's not what we are saying. We are just pointing out the inefficiency here. Or we're just pointing out the fact that here is somebody who we can tell right from the get-go that the cases that will be presented to her, should she be successful come March, she won't have no empathy for. She won't have no experience by which she can levy her experience and her time as a trial judge against. So if there's a scenario where one side should say, look, Justice Atkins, you know. No, they cannot say that because she wouldn't know. For the past 30 years, my friends, family, she been the clerk of civil district court for the past 30 years. Okay, close to 30 years. All right? Again, I'm not knocking her for having ambition or want to serve on the bench. You want to serve on the bench? We have criminal court seat open and civil district seat open. Go vie for one of those seats. So you can learn the ins and outs of the trial court. Look, you need more than just a legal titling, and that's one of the things where, that's one of the aspect where I think we fall short at. When you walk inside these courtrooms, right? And look, let me tell you, I can give you a barrage of experience, man. When you walk into these courtrooms and you go inside here and you see Judge X or Judge B and you present your case, more over when you represent yourself in court as what they refer to as in proper persona, meaning without an attorney. A lot of these judges look at what they call legal interpretations. And that's all they look at. They don't factor in any different component. worse when it refers to an individual bringing an issue against any governmental entity. They don't look at, they will try to beat you down with what they call the law, or what the law says. But this is my argument, or this is my statement. To every case that is in court and will be presented in court, in any court throughout this land, when you look at that case without looking at the human factor or the circumstances that surround that case, you are doing a vast misjustice to justice, or injustice to justice. You must look at that human component. Now, okay, the argument can be made, yes, you can look at that human component. But this is what I'm saying. She needs to look at that human component by herself in a setting, and that's how you can evaluate. And you can say, okay, while she was on the bench in the trial court, this is how she ruled. This is what, based on the record, this is what she did. Or this is how she think. Now, on the appellate court, she won't be on the bench by herself. Unless she's going to write the majority opinion or the dissenting opinion. And even in that case, on the appellate court, she won't be there by herself. Because if she's going to write, if she's going to be the one who they're going to choose to write the majority opinion, that opinion won't be solely based on her argument or belief. That opinion is going to be on the collective. It's going to be on the collective. And even if she's going to be the one writing the opinion and the dissent, I guarantee you she won't be the only one. So she's going to be getting feedback. And who will she be going to? People like Lombard. And she's going to be asking him. What do you think? Or what should I do? Now, again, before anybody start calling me or texting me, and ask me why I'm beating up on Dale Atkins, well, the first thing you must know, I don't care about Dale Atkins personally or professionally. What I care about is the fact that living in the territory of Louisiana, there are going to be times when we need to seek justice from the Fourth Circuit. And when I say that, I'm just talking loosely right now, or generally right now, because I personally know that there is no justice to be sought or to be had based on past experience. But if that's the case, you're going to take somebody like Dale Atkins and she can run for a seat on the Fourth Circuit. Why can't somebody fresh out of law school go and run for that seat? Why is it that somebody with maybe a 10-year experience cannot go and apply for that seat? Family, again, we ain't endorse anybody. That's not our intent right here. Our intent is to speak on the fact that should she reach that bench, she's going to be making decisions not based on her will, but on the will of the collective.
Fighting against the pressure. Ooh, yeah. Battering down the pressure. Oh yeah. Are you ready to stand up and fight the right revolution? Are you ready to stand up and fight it just like soldiers?
Yes, brothers and sisters, again, you are listening to the proven truth. You are listening to the proven truth with your brother and host, Anthony Brown. You can participate on the program by dialing 504-303-8922. You can listen to us from any device by dialing 712-4322-7883. Again, 712-432-788. You can check us out on Facebook, Anthony Brown for Assessor 2017. You can download the app, tune in, and listen to us at RadioGumboCreole.com. Radio Gumbo Creole. You can also check us out on the web at www.radiogumbocreole.com. We are coming to you live from the studio here of Radio Gumbo Creole in the beautiful territory of New Orleans. We broadcast live from this studio every Monday, Thursdays, and Saturdays between the hours of 4 to 6 p.m. And Saturdays we like to, take it down a bit, where we do reggae Saturdays, where we play you music from the Caribbean, from the 60s, 70s, and 80s. Every Monday, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
Double, 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 swing, double. So she didn't have a daughter, she didn't have a son. She said no, it doesn't work, run up the stairs and come. And if you don't come, we cannot run around that sun. So I grab a bunch of stones and that's not it to run. Here I come, human soldier, she said come and get your son. Cause I don't want your baby to come tie me down. Because you are old and I am young. Yes, while I'm young, yes, I wanna have some fun. Run me down, should live a little. I'm broader than Broadway. Yes, I'm broader than Broadway. When you go to Brooklyn, it's like a stage show. You have man that sing.
Yes, it's almost that time again. It's almost that time. Again, you can check us out every Monday, Thursdays, and Saturdays. Here live from the studio of Radio Gumbo Creole. Program is The Proven Truth with your brother and host Anthony Brown. There's a lot of topic or a lot of issue that we have to discuss. The news cycle is such that every day there's something buzzing in the news that we can address. But we must bear in mind that there's issue that is specifically tuned and direct to us as a community, to us as a race, to us as a people. And these are the issues that we tend to speak on or speak about. We find the need, or we feel it necessary for us to create our own media so we can speak of our truth, not their truth, not mainstream media truth, our truth. Briefly, today we went over our mention of the election that's coming up in March. We got candidates on the ballot vying for a seat on the Civil District Court and on the Fourth Circuit Court of Appeal. We touch a bit on the 13th Amendment as we know it, or as it was taught to us. Look, until we meet again next week, same place, same time, with more issues that's relevant to us as a community. This is your brother and host, Anthony Brown, saying, one love.
Dumb! Is there any remorse within your heart for those who have death in the past? Those who came across your body like they've lost. Sure, and even blind. Say, circumstances made me what I am. Was I born a violent man? Circumstances.